Hi, I'm Josh. I'm here at Bella Cabinets. Today we're going to be assembling a base cabinet. As you can see, this one's already had the drawer slide installed and the hinge brackets installed. Both those items are on other how-to videos that are on the website. One separately for the drawer slide and a separate one for the door hinges. You're more than welcome to check those out. Okay, when we begin the assembly process, I always like putting the face of the cabinet towards me, which can be seen by back side is a rough cut. Front side will have a front finish of whatever color and texture your cabinet's going to be. So the next piece I want to start with will be the top. It will be designated by the sticker, which will say top on it. You want to put the sticker towards the inside. The banding and finish material will be towards the front of the cabinet, same as the side plate we already done. Alright, so you would take the lock dowels and you line up in the slots, front and back. Once you get them in the holes, partially engage them, but do not seat them fully. You want to make sure you leave this gap back here for now to assemble the rest of the cabinet. Alright, so next piece we're going to install will be the deck. It's labeled here. This will be the bottom of the cabinet. Same process. You want to make sure your facing matches the rest of your facing. You want to make sure your sticker is going towards the inside. You want to make sure that your drill holes here face the inside of the cabinet. As you can see, they're not on the back side. So what we'll do is orientate those as before, install it, partially engage it. Make sure you don't engage all the way and leave that gap in the back. Alright, so the next piece we're going to install will be the back of the cabinet. Again, same orientation as the rest of the parts. You look at your sticker, make sure your sticker goes on the inside. We have our spring dowels. Those will locate in our bottom of the base cabinet in the machine holes. And the top of this backing plate has another set of machined holes. Those will mate with the top of the cabinet. Due to the size of this base cabinet, we only have one locking dowel. Still works the same, still enters in the recessed pocket and the side of the cabinet, and then just engages. What we want to do is line it up, place it in the locking hole, and then slide it and start to lock it in. Alright, after we've got the back on the cabinet, what we're going to do is install the drawer stretcher plate. Basically, this is the board that goes right underneath your drawer. This one's not as important as far as whether the sticker's up or down. It just matters that the finished edge is towards the front of the cabinet, same as the others. We want to use our locking dowel. We want to insert it just like we did the other cabinets. Once it engages, you want to slide it back in partially. You want to make sure you still leave it stick out a little bit so that we can slide into the opposite side plate. Alright, next place is going to be the front of the cabinet. You want to make sure that you put the sticker on the inside, otherwise you're going to end up on your hands and knees when the cabinet's done, scraping the sticker off the front of your toe kick. So other than that, you want to make sure that the face edge is down. The spring dowels will match up with the drilled holes in the side plate. Once you line them up, just press them down in. You may have to give it a little love tap. Okay, final piece of the cabinet is the other side plate. We've already got the drawer slide installed on this one, which can be seen on one of our other videos if you have any questions about that. Again, it's got the sticker on it, tells you where it's at, what side it is, and like I said, put the sticker in. Okay, we're going to set this on top. You're going to want to line up all of your locking dowels along with the spring pins in the bottom. Make sure the facing of the cabinet's the same as the rest. And then you kind of just set it on like a nice puzzle piece and start aligning. And now we can start pushing everything together. Okay, so the first one I like to do is the drawer stretcher. This one here obviously has a little bit different face color because it'll be covered by cabinet drawers. But we won't put this one in first, that way it helps hold the cabinet together while we're turning it around and pressing in the rest of the pieces. So you kind of just sturdy it with your hand on top, and give it a little bump, and it's seated in there. If you need a little rubber mallet to help tap it in, you may need that, but for this sake, it popped right in. We're going to do it in a C formation. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the base, slide it in, work towards the back, and work towards the top to finish it up. So first what we're going to do is, as it sits on the side, stir it with your hand, bump the bottom in. Once it's seated all the way, it should be flush on the front of the cabinet. Okay, once that bottom base plate's in, what you want to do is grab the cabinet, stand it up on its bottom, like this. Okay, when assembling the back, as you're sliding it down, if you have any issues with it going down and seating all the way, you want to check to make sure that your machined hole is clear of debris and that your pins are lined up with the hole. Once you've noticed that, you can finish pushing it down, tap it in. Again, it should be flush across the top and fully seated in down here at the bottom. Okay, once the back's on, what we want to do is we want to lay it on its back. Again, you want to make sure that the machine holes are clear of debris and your spring pins are lined up. Once that, you should be able to take your body weight and push down and seat the top of the cabinet. Again, make sure that it's flush on top. Okay, so once you get your top fully assembled and it's seated flush on here, you can see you have a fully assembled Bella cabinet ready for the front door and drawers to be installed.